Okay, mabuhay mga kakampi. Yep. Ako ang inyong kakampi na si Puting Pinoy. Appear tayo. At siyempre, isa akong puti na may pusong Pinoy. Kasama din natin si Dwaine Woolley. Tingnan nyo yung channel niya mga kakampi kung hindi nyo siya kilala. Ngayon, lipat siya sa iba't ibang dako ng mundo. I love the background you got there. So
yeah, man. Ano check it out. This is the island of Samar.
Nice. Nice.
Nakita niyo ba?
Yeah, nakikita ko. So, Dwaine, today ang pag-uusapan natin ay Nas Daily, victim or exploiter. Victim ba ng fake news? Yan ang mga bagay na tatalakayin natin ngayon. The things that we're gonna address. First off, yung bagong video response na ibinigay niya. For whatever reason, hindi mo pwedeng i-share. It seems as if there's some sort of a geographical restriction in terms of visibility, and then it can be shared, but only through private messages. Parang ganun. Tatalakayin din natin si Louise. Talakayin natin yung pagtulong ni Nas Daily sa Pilipinas. We'll be addressing the Whang-Od and her family. We'll be addressing business in the Philippines that Nas Daily said he's going to have a business in the future. And we also gusto din namin malaman kung ano ba ang pag-iisip nyo tungkol sa response ni Nas Daily. So mga kakampi, let's go ahead. We've got the video right here. We're going to go ahead and get into it. But before that, may sasabihin ka pa, Dwaine?
Wala naman. I think panoorin muna natin yung video response niya and then we'll talk about it. Huh?
Okay, sounds good. All right, so ito mga kakampi, yung video response ni Nas Daily. Let's go ahead. He says, be careful of fake posts. Sige, panoorin natin.
Over the past week, there has been a lot of fake news about Nas Daily.
Nas Daily is a liar. Nas Daily hates the Philippines.
That's why today, I want to talk about Nas Daily in the Philippines.
It all started in January of 2017. 4 years ago, I was making videos in Thailand when I started getting many messages saying, come to the Philippines, come to the Philippines.
I was like, what is the Philippines?
Okay.
I didn't know it back then.
Okay, so parang ang sinasabi niya dito, kasi di ba nalaman natin, or nalaman ng maraming I guess masasabi natin, Pinoy baiters, alam na alam nila kung ano yung Pilipinas. Alam nila na ito yung social media capital of the world at sa pamamagitan nito, they're going to go ahead and makahakot sila ng views, makahakot sila ng followers and subscribers. So it's interesting, wala siyang alam noon, but I don't think that really started to be a thing until around 2017 anyway, right? So I don't know. Do you know the timeline on that, Dwaine?
On the rise of the Pinoy baiters?
Yeah.
Kasi ako, nag-start ako 2016, but I didn't really take it seriously until March 2017. Nung bumili ako ng camera na to. Yeah. Wala masyadong foreign vloggers noon. Yung pinakasikat na foreign vlogger noong 2017 was Travis Kraft. And I guess Will Dazovich. Yun lang eh. Yeah, wala pa masyadong foreign vloggers sa Pilipinas noon. I think they started to arrive in the Philippines or find out about the Philippines the following year.
Yeah.
2018. Parang ganun.
Yeah. Ganon. And I think ngayon para sagutin yung sinabi ni Kakamping Eman, both sides has a point kaya mahirap malaman kung sino nagsasabi ng totoo or baka may misunderstanding na nangyari sa makabilang panig. So yeah, makabilang panig. Yeah, exactly. And so ngayon we're going to be talking about, we're going to be discussing that too. We're going to try to be as balanced as possible in this. But adobong manik, Travis Kraft.
Yes. Adobong
Tito
manak,
Travis.
yes.
Yeah. Today we're going magluluto tayo ng adobong manok.
Manak.
Yeah, manok. Yeah, there you go. Okay, sige, tulay natin yung video ni Nas Daily.
So I decided to visit.
And the minute I landed, I fell in love.
Welcome to the Philippines! Welcome to the Philippines! Welcome to the Philippines! Welcome to the Philippines!
My energy and the Filipino energy were the same.
And I feel like parang ganun nga talaga. I feel like that's a pretty honest reaction for a lot of people na bago sila sa Pilipinas. Kahit ako, naalala ko yung first pagdating ko dito. I mean, naguluhan ako. Sobrang bago lahat. Sobrang magulo. Sobrang maingay ang lahat ng nangyayari sa paligid ko. And I was so confused. But that's just more culture shock, right? But when I remember dropping my stuff off at our unit and going straight to like a missionary party, going away party sa simbahan, and pinakain kami ng sopas, and masarap talaga, and kids were like laughing and making fun. Ang tangos ng ilong mo, you know, like stuff like that. And I sabi ko, hindi ko alam sabi nyo, hindi ko alam. Like I was, you know. But yeah, I mean, there seems to be like a very welcoming spirit, you know, regardless.
Yeah.
So, ikaw
Right.
naman, Dwaine, what did you feel? What was your kind of experience with that?
Yeah, as in like as soon as I got there, like super friendly, lahat ng tao, super masaya, always laughing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so yeah, for them I was like, oh man, I could get used to this. Like I love this place. Like agad, you know, because yeah, sobrang warm yung atmosphere. And I think, you know, that's probably dahil mga foreigner tayo. Filipinos seem to treat foreigners really well for some reason.
Yeah.
They're very hospitable, no? So
Which I think is an
Yeah, I
important thing to be very mindful of and not take advantage of. Diba?
because I mean, kung tanongin mo yung foreigner, like, kumusta ang mga Pilipino? They always say, oh, they're so lovely, they're beautiful people, very happy, friendly. Pero kung tanongin mo ang Filipino, kumusta ang mga Filipino? Some of them say, oh, God, I'd rather be with
Toxic ang mga
foreigners.
Pinoy. Yeah, like, and then they'll be like, oh yeah, ayoko sa mga foreigners. Yeah, exactly. So there's like this disconnect. Yeah, so it's like, paano malalaman mo kung saan ka talaga, kung hindi ka talaga nakakaintindi ng wika ng bansa na pinapuntahan mo. And that's for a different time, Dwaine. Pero dahil buwan ng wika, tayo gusto kong pag-usapan natin sa susunod ang isa sa mga video na yun. Let's go ahead and check this out. Oh, yan.
Say hello.
Hi.
Hello.
So, Nitro, ano bang palagay mo sa sitwasyon na ito?
Yeah, so you can hear. Oh, say hello. Kumusta?
Yeah.
Kumusta? You show Tito Jared. Where's your head?
Yeah.
There's your head.
Galing, galing.
What's this? Ready? Where's your tenga? Where's your tenga? Where's your tenga? You know that one. Where's your tenga? There's your tenga.
There we go.
There
Your
it is.
tenga. There we go. Good stuff. Sige. Tuloy natin. There's our dose of cuteness for the vlog. Okay, sige.
Both love to scream and make videos. So I held my first ever meetup there, and I met all of you
And with your support, I got to work.
and started making videos about Filipino nature,
Mabuhay from the islands of the Philippines!
videos about inspiring people, and videos about underprivileged people in Tondo.
I love you.
I think I cringe a little bit at that part. Like, lalong-lalong ngayon, madalas na natin pinag-uusapan yung poverty porn, diba? Yeah.
Oh, I know. Yeah, like
So the rhetoric here, diba? In the video, he's really going at an angle of look at all these great experiences and things I did in the Philippines with the Philippines and makikita din natin for the Philippines. Let's check that out. Ano bang thoughts mo doon, Dwaine?
Yeah, I mean that's how he starts out the video. Yeah, like just to remind people of all the things he's done, in the Philippines to promote the country. Helping the poor as he's shown. But
do you feel that's relevant? Do you think na dapat niyang gawin yan?
Well, I mean, it gives you a little bit of context, to the whole situation. Like, he's not just some random foreigner that's come here and tried to capitalize off everything. Like, he came here, he loved it, he started making videos here. He stayed in the Philippines because, I guess malakas ang support para sa kanya.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right, tuloy natin.
We showed the good and the bad, the beautiful and the ugly, and together we told the story of the Philippines. And I didn't only do it once. I came back to visit again.
1 year later, I came back to the Philippines to start a company. That's how much I liked it.
We worked on an app and we launched it in Manila together. This was the celebration. After that, we continued to show the bright side of the Philippines to the rest of the world.
This time, with the help of locals, we took 100 kids for a fun day with their family and gave them supplies.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
When there was a natural disaster, we started fundraisers and donated tens of thousands of dollars. And when there was a war, we went to the war zone to show you inspiring stories from the Philippines in Marawi City.
This is a bulletproof vest.
There is no clickbaiting here. There is no put Philippines in the title crap. This is us on the ground doing the work.
Okay, I don't know if I agree with that at all. This is we're in the Philippines. Like sa dami ng mga vlogs niya about the Philippines. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that's a little bit of Inception he's trying to play.
Yeah, I mean, I think the point he's trying to make is he's done lots of good things for the Philippines. When he said this isn't about putting Philippines in the title crap, I mean, yes, he was putting Philippines in the title in order to attract views, of course. But it wasn't just about the views. I think that's the point he's trying to make there.
Yeah, okay. I think that's fair. Pero sana sinabi niyang ganun. Kasi parang nakatago siya sa likod ng marami akong ginawa na maganda. Kahit ako, sinabi ko kung ma-interview ko si Nas Daily, siyempre makikinabang ako. Like, it's not just like, I'm like, oh yeah, I want to do this, expose the truth. It's like even making this video, siyempre, like I benefited from talking about these things, right? Like we can't just hide behind some sort of false facade, But I agree. Right. Kung makabuluhan yung ginagawa, kung makabuluhan ang usapan, then that's a different story than basta ginagamit mo ang content para makahakot ng views, right? Like it should have some sort of value for it. And I think that's what you're referring to.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, so, when you watch his other videos, they're good. They're entertaining. They're educational. Yeah. But I mean, obviously he's using discarte to get views by doing videos in the Philippines kasi malakas ang views sa Pilipinas. And, I guess that's normal for a vlogger to do, is to, habulin mo kung ano yung uso or what's effective. So like I think what he said so far in what we've watched is like, okay, you've done a lot for the Philippines. You love the Philippines. You've gone out of your way to make all this extraordinary content. Whether that's just because you really love the Philippines or whether that's because you want to get famous, I don't know. But Yeah, I mean,
it sounds like the Philippines was very instrumental in his growth to, as a channel. I think he came over at like 300,000 followers.
yeah. Oh, definitely was. Yeah, like
Yeah.
dito siya pumatok. As in dito
Yeah.
talaga pumatok yung mga views niya. But he's one of the foreigners that didn't stay in the Philippines.
Right.
He kind of moved on to other countries. He didn't want to just be here in the Philippines all the time.
Yeah.
Whereas, hindi katulad ng ibang vlogger na napadpad nilang Pilipinas and then doon na sila nagstay kasi doon malakas yung views nila.
Yeah. So great comments from everyone dito sa comment section. Mamaya susubukan kong talakayin and we can pag-usapan. Pero habang pinapanood natin yung video and we're discussing, every now and then I'll go ahead and highlight some comments. So maraming salamat sa mga input niyo, mga kakampi.
To show you the bright side of the Philippines. That's why 2 years ago, we got an award for promoting tourism from the Ministry of Tourism itself.
Okay, so kahit yun, I think is a very gray area. I'll be making a video about it soon. Pero ang isa sa mga philosophical issues dito, lagi ko naririnig sa mga apologists of Pinoy baiting is at least they're promoting the country. At least they are promoting tourism. Well, two things to that. And I saw you laugh and I think I know exactly why. Their viewers are all Filipino.
Yeah, exactly. Yun yung problema.
Yeah. Pangalawa, is tourism even purely a good thing? It's not always a good thing. Naalala mo, Dwaine, we went to Alaminos, and remember how the carinderia food was like 100 pesos or something? Like,
yes,
I remember it was surprising because di ba sinabi ko man sa'yo, like I said it to you even back then, like, hey, this food used to be like 20 pesos at the carinderia, So tourism can like spike prices, and if you're a local, I mean, tulad ng nangyari kay Whang-Od kahapon or nakaraang araw, nag-uusap kami ni Gail. At isa sa mga sinabi niya is may balak talaga siyang puntahan si Whang-Od para magpa-tattoo. But because so many foreigners made it such a huge like deal, the jeepney drivers, all the transpo people, they upped their price. I don't think Whang-Od did. I think they just request to bring like goods or whatever, But so they're upping the price. So kung ikaw ay isang katatubong Pinoy, ma-afford mo ba na makaroon ng ganyan Pinoy experience? It's a Filipino experience. It's not a foreigner experience. And now the Filipinos can't even participate in it. A lot of them, right? So
yeah, well, that's an interesting point. I mean, I've never thought of it like that before. But what does that mean? Like, dapat hindi natin i-promote ang tourism sa Pilipinas?
Well, that's what I don't know the answer to. But I think it's worth discussing that because I feel like pag sinasabi ng mga tao, yes, basta tourism, makakatulong ito. Well, there's an imbalance of tourism too. I mean, there's a lot to it. I'm going to be studying about it a lot more as well.
Yeah.
But I guess the ultimate point is it's not like 100% the greatest thing in the world. So bakit parang ipinagmamalaki natin ang isang bagay na may mga negative effects din pala? You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's something to look into for sure. But I mean,
definitely.
Maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it's a good thing they're upping their prices because
you know what I think though.
Filipinos are making more money.
Yeah. Well, and I agree with that, but at the same time, it's just like, how does it affect the cost of living for Filipinos who are living locally? Because the same thing has happened in places like Hawaii. Like, the people who can really afford to live there are not the locals. It's the millionaires. It's the multimillionaires who,
right.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like, it's just not a purely pro, like everything's good, but that thing's tourism. And I think we definitely should be discussing that as well. I think of a place like Paris, France.
Yep.
that country is doing just fine economically, right? So it's not going to be, so tourism will be more of a boost than a detraction. Pero I think sa mga countries tulad ng Pilipinas or Thailand or whatever, there could be a lot of exploitation. That's the dangerous thing about it, I think, you know?
Yeah.
Okay,
interesting.
So, yeah. All right. There we go. We got baby Nitro in the house. All right.
Yes, we do.
But there is a problem. Every time we make a video, there is a chance that it is fake.
So we have to do
Okay.
research. We go to the internet. We check things on the ground. We talk to the people again and again to verify.
And one day, unfortunately,
Yeah, no,
we
it is-
stumbled upon a fake story.
Wait, sorry.
in the Philippines.
What's that? What's that?
Ito yung Kakao project. That's why he's
Yeah.
explaining why he has to do research. Kaya alam naman natin yung kwento dyan, no? So,
Yeah,
sa tingin ko,
tama.
si Louise, hindi ako naniniwala sa side ni Louise because it just
Yeah.
doesn't make sense. Kasi si Nas Daily, sikat na sikat siya na vlogger. Sa buong mundo, 20 million yung followers niya sa Facebook. And 2 years ago, he still had like 10 million or something, no? Like, sobrang sikat siya nun. So, hindi
Yeah.
ako naniniwala na pinabastusan niya yung mga farmer na mahirap sa harapan nila. Kasi
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense that he would do that and risk his entire reputation. And, I don't think that makes sense at all to me that he would do that, no?
Yeah.
Hindi yun yung issue, no? So I don't
Yeah.
know why. I guess he's talking about that kasi meron naniwala kay Louise. Pero hindi talaga yun yung issue na
Yeah.
pag-uusapan natin ngayon.
Well, and sa tingin ko din, like, so sa tingin mo parang red herring fallacy siya, like it's just to throw us off the scent of what the real issue is. Or maybe he's just illustrating that he does care about researching things. Which, if that's the case, I think he should be owning, di ba, kung yung Whang-Od thing is talaga dahil sa kamangmangan niya about the issue, that's what he should be discussing. Di ba? Like, alam nyo mga, mga Pinoy, I'm sorry, mga kabayan, I'm so sorry that I didn't know, I didn't know all of the laws. I didn't know about the tribal customs. I didn't know I needed to have more from everyone else, more consent from everyone else. I'm so sorry about that. Because I feel like if he does that, like it and he could say, it hurts me because, I really do try to do, what's right and to do right by people. But instead we're getting a lot of stuff that I don't know if it's just him trying to establish context or if he's trying to kind of control what the narrative is to a degree. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, possibly. Yeah, well, I know. Yeah, let's finish watching it.
Let's finish it. Yeah. Cool.
Which is the Cacao Project. On paper, it was supposed to be a non-profit that helps farmers. In reality, it's a for-profit that exploits farmers. We said we cannot do this video in good conscience. We cannot show you things that we are not confident of. And it wasn't just us. Every person who was on the trip agrees that this story may not be real. And this is the evidence. We refused to make that episode, even if it would go viral. And that decision pissed off a lot of people.
He didn't eat our food, they said. He insulted our farmers, they said. He made fun of our accents, they said.
Of course, none of that is true. It is false. And people continued with this fake news. The same people say we used Whang-Od.
Oh, wait, no. These people continued with the fake news? No. I think, mga kikampi, naniniwala ba kayo? I'll just prove the point right now. Naniniwala ba tayo kay Louise? Yan lang ang tanong. Do we believe Louise's full story, okay? Yan ang tanong. Sagutin nyo sa comments, mga kikampi. At ganoon din, Just a quick reminder, kung nagugustuhan nyo itong discussion, please huwag kalimutan na sampalin ng like, tsaka sampalin ng subscribe, tsaka kampana. Tingnan din yung channel ni Dwaine. All right. Yeah, see? Nobody believes that full story. Di ba may mga kababayan din na nagsalita laban kay Louise, di ba?
Which is also false. In everything we do, we get permission. We
Okay,
work
so that's
with the
the
family
purpose.
directly and got their consent. We made sure to support them during these difficult times. We did all of this as an act of support, not an act of exploitation.
Wait. An act of support ba? I mean, is Whang-Od really 104 years old, about to leave the world? Is she really caring about that? I mean, I guess she could be for her kids, but I mean, mga kakampi, alam nyo ba yung But tribe? Like, are they happy? Are they happy as they're living, or do they want technology? Do they want like to advance, like in terms of materials? Mag-comment kayo below kung alam nyo ang sagot dito or kung may idea kayo dito. And I agree, kay Beta Cross. Did he research it? Did he really research it? I feel like they would have found this out, that, kinakailangan yung consent ng buong tribo. What do you think, Dwaine?
Well, yeah. Well, sa tingin ko, kung ang layunin niya is tutulungan niya si Whang-Od, bakit may cut pa siya? No? Kung gusto niya lang tulungan si Whang-Od, hindi, wag mong gawin business partner. You know, and then isa pa, it's a cultural sacred tradition, and then minamonetize mo pa. And like, I just get queasy watching the video where Whang-Od signs a corporate contract in English with a thumbprint. And you know, she's a 100-plus-year-old woman. You're making her sign a contract allowing you to capitalize off her traditions. It's like,
so
it
there's
doesn't
a
make me
form.
feel good. It's like you said before, it's just unethical to do that. Because 100 years old na siya, she's not going to remember she signed the form. How do you really know she fully understood what she was signing? It's just getting a 100-year-old woman to sign away her traditions like that. It's just unethical, I think. So, yun yung ayaw ko sa situation na to, is
like, he should have felt something, right? Like, if you were in his situation, may mararamdaman ka talaga. Like, like siguro magdadalawang isip ka, you know?
As in, like, it just it doesn't feel right to make an online course out of someone's sacred culture, tradition. It doesn't feel right at all. But, you know, ang sinasabi ni Nas is, hey, they agreed to do it, so walang problema, ganon. Pero the real issue is, you shouldn't have tried to get her to do that in the first place, because, you know, no matter how he spins it, no matter what he says his intentions were, it's exploitation pa rin. You're exploiting her pa rin kasi may cut siya. Kung gusto niya tulungan siya, then dapat wala siyang cut. 100% of the profits good.
Ang kinakailangan natin tingnan sa sitwasyon na ito, pagdating sa influence, power, money, sino ba ang mas mataas? Kung ito si Nas, ito si Whang-Od. Right?
Syempre, Nas.
Yeah, so he's way up here. So for him to say that he's like trying to help her, okay, so let's do like that. Okay, cool. Now you're on the same level. Cool. But what is really happening here? And it's like, come here a little bit. Cool. Thank you. You know, parang ganyan ang nangyayari if I were to make it into a sort of demonstration.
Right.
Yeah, so I do think he definitely should have known. And then the other thing I'm wondering about is, binabaliktad ba yung mga salita ng, you know, like, is it possible na yung mga apo, yung mga pamangkin ni Whang-Od, na sila din parang gusto din nilang makinabang, and so like, is this just a family misunderstanding? Are pamangkins disagreeing? Are they fighting with each other? You know, that's something that I wonder too. just to be a little bit fair to Nas on that specific point, paano kung ayaw ng isa, hindi siya involved, pero yung isa naman, involved talaga siya at parang siya yung gumagabay, siya yung nagsasabi na hindi, hindi ganito yan, like it's totally fine, everything's fine, and Nas is just like, okay, it's fine, cool, But at the same time, I feel like we would hear that in the apology, and we would hear a more defined apology, right? If that was the case.
Yeah, you think so? Kasi he hasn't, wala pa siyang apology. Yun yung kailangan, yun yung gusto ng mga Pilipino. Yung gusto ng mga tao sa kanya is mag-apologize lang siya na dapat hindi ka nagpa-sign ng contract sa isang 100-year-old woman in order to capitalize off her, sacred tradition. Yeah. Yun lang yung problema, yun lang yung pagkamali niya, no?
Yeah.
So, sabi pa niya na hindi siya perfect, and
I've
no
heard.
one is perfect.
Yeah, exactly. No one is.
But I mean, at least tanggapin mo kung nagkamali ka. So wala pa siyang apology. I think he did say that he's shut down the academy lang muna para they
para
can
sa
work
Pilipinas.
out kung legal or hindi. Yeah, para sa Pilipinas.
Well, and I think that's good that lawyers are involved with this to find out things. Yeah. I think it's funny when we're talking about legality. Project Nightfall, nung ginawa niya yung response niya, he was kind of distancing himself from Nas Daily a little bit. Like, not just as like a, hey, we're not the same person type of thing, but like, hey, if he did something wrong, like that's kind of, don't blame me. Don't drag me into it. I don't know. That's an interesting, weird thing for sure. So, let's continue this thing. Let's see here.
I am angry and you are angry and we hear each other. That's why we paused Nas Academy for now to work with NCIP to make sure everything is legal and everything is okay because we care.
See, one thing my mother taught me is character. You cannot make fake news about our character. That is a red line. We are working with lawyers to set the record straight and let the truth come out.
And don't get me wrong, we're not perfect. We make mistakes, but our intentions are pure.
From our side, nothing changes. We continue to support the Philippines. Over the next 2 years, I am opening an office in the country.
Okay, here we go. We'll be creating hundreds of jobs.
And we will continue to make videos that inspire.
Okay. Wait, let's just finish.
Only request is that when you make an opinion, you should not make it based off fake news. You should seek the truth and nothing but the truth.
Okay, cool. I'm guessing that's...
Thank you so much for your support.
That's been more than a minute?
More than a minute.
Yep, cool.
See you tomorrow.
Okay, so there's a couple things to discuss there. So, gumagawa siya. Okay, first the fake news thing. He's had complaints from other countries in other videos from other people tungkol sa mga bagay na he misrepresented. I've seen about the guy in the airport, kung anong nangyari doon, may ethical issues daw doon. There's a couple countries that Nas has been blocked from. I'm not sure if permanently or temporarily. So, I mean, we should at least get this as well to look at that and to say, there also is support to say that Nas should really be making some changes, owning up to some mistakes and fixing some things. Because you'd think if it was just one country, just a one-off, okay, maybe. But if you're getting multiple people coming out and saying different things, there's a shipping video that he made tungkol sa explosion ng ship doon sa whatever, and he talked about I can't remember making shell companies or whatever, like via the or whatever the term is, like of your ships and whatever.
Okay, yeah.
You know, and a
Filipino
Filipino seafarer was setting the record straight about what Nas Daily was saying. So my mga bagay din na si Nas is spreading fake news. So I found it interesting that he said, you should not fake news character. It wasn't fake news in general. It was fake news about character, you know, that he wanted to focus on. Okay, so siguro nakakamali tayong lahat tungkol sa pangunawa sa intentions niya. Okay. But why are you also being guilty of these things and not addressing that? Diba? Like, he should at least address those things. He should at least know how to apologize. I feel like that's something with a business his size, he needs to know how to do well, you know? Like, if it's all business for him, which I think it is, I think a lot of it is business for him. Now, the second thing, creating jobs in the Philippines over the next 2 years, hiring hundreds of Filipinos. I would like to be able to say, I mean, tinanong ko dati, fair pay ba? Like, is it cheap labor ba kung anong ginagawa ni Nas Daily? Well, a point was brought up to me that the people he's hiring are very tech savvy, okay? So siguro yung mga tech savvy na yun, alam nila kung anong global market price. So siguro sila ay sumasahod ng patas. Pero ang tanong ko, when you set up a physical building here in the Philippines, what is the likelihood that that will be exploited for cheap labor? It's pretty high, right? A lot of foreign countries do it. A lot of foreign companies outsource, and they're paying, what, 200 pesos an hour, 300 pesos an hour?
Yeah, which is why they outsource, because it's so much cheaper. Like, sobrang mura ang labor sa Pilipinas compared sa first world countries like Australia, America, Britain. So maraming companies ang nag-outsource sa Pilipinas. At saka magaling ang mga Pilipino mag-English compared sa mga tao sa India or yung ibang mga countries na may mga call center or things like that. So it's, you know, Philippines is a perfect place for big corporations to exploit cheap labor. That's for sure. And alam mo, nagtrabaho ako sa isang call center dati, and na-disappoint ako sa kanila kasi friends ko sila, yung may-ari ng call center na yan. Sobrang mababa yung pagbayad nila sa mga employee nila. Nasa Manila pa naman yung call center. Mahirap mabuhay ng 18,000 pesos a month sa Manila. You can't live a really good, prosperous life on 18,000 pesos a month. You know, sobrang mababa yun. So, the only reason they build call centers and, you know, outsource to the Philippines is dahil mura labor. So, I think kung itadayo ni Nas ang company sa Pilipinas, I think, ganun pa din. I think mababa pa din yung maging sahod ng mga employee. But I could be wrong.
Yeah, we could be wrong about this, but this is why it's great. If he's creating it now, okay, Nas, like, Nasir, pasensya kung hindi yan yung tamang pagbikas. I don't know if that's the correct translation. But okay, kung may nanonood na Filipino na tumutulong kay Nas, and if you're watching this, this should be a great example of why when you make your business here in the Philippines, you need to be very careful as a business person to make sure you're doing more than what other foreign countries outsourcing are doing. But, mga kikampi, sinabi yung payo mismo ni Nas Daily, I saw it up here, is for Filipinos na magalit. Magalit dahil sa sitwasyon nila. And I think the thing you should be mad about, I think that this brings up some things that are really good to talk about. Halimbawa, the fact that outsourcing is a thing in the first place, that's something that I think Pinoys should be angry about. You know, I think that low pay, cheap labor, that's something that people should be angry about. And I think that this is something that is highlighted by this whole is Nas Daily exploiting Filipinos type of thing. It opens up this conversation. It opens up the conversation as well about Pinoy baiting and like actually raising our standards about the kinds of media we consume, the kinds of creators we follow and support, as well as businesses coming in, especially bloggers creating businesses here in the Philippines. I personally think depende din sa trabaho. Siyempre, if it's entry level, that'll be a different thing. If it's going to be call center type of work, if it's going to be like maybe an apprenticeship in editing or ano pa ba, Dwaine, like we were talking about this a little earlier. Maybe customer service, like so.
Yeah.
If it's
di ko talaga alam kung anong plano niya.
Yeah, if it's any of those types of things, and he's going to be paying people like 200, 300 pesos an hour, that's just not going to, I don't think that that's appropriate. And I don't think that he can claim to be the champion of the Philippines since day one. He can't claim to be hiring Filipinos and doing all this great stuff kung hindi naman niya binabayaran ng patas. And I think, if he's going to be like, you know what, 500 pesos an hour, okay, cool. Now we're talking. Good job. Money speaks louder than mistakes. So, okay, cool. But if not, I mean, yeah, let's really question this. Like, let's really question who Nas is.
Well, sa totoo lang, Jared, 200 pesos per hour para magtrabaho sa Manila. Say 200 pesos per hour, 9 hours a day. That's about 1,800 pesos per day. So if we times that by, say, 20 days, you work in a month, that's 36,000 pesos a month. So 36,000 is okay. Like that's not bad for living and working in Manila. So if it was 200 pesos an hour, it would be okay. The people I was working with, ano sila, mga 100 pesos per hour lang. Kasi 36 divided by 2, like they were getting about 18,000 pesos a month, sometimes 25. So it wasn't even 200 pesos a month. And that is
200 pesos an hour? 200 pesos an hour?
Yeah, so it was mas mababa pa sa 200 pesos per hour.
Wow.
And yeah, I think that's if you're getting less than 30,000 pesos a month sa Manila, mahirap talaga mabuhay when you're less than that per month sa Manila City. If you're in the province and you're getting 20K a month, that's pretty good. Like you can live decently, But yeah, any less than 30 in Manila is like mahirap na.
Yeah.
Kasi lahat ng expenses sa Manila are mas mataas. So yeah.
Yeah, 200 is super baba. So I think, he should be doing at least something like 500 pesos per hour type of ballpark if he's going to really be showing that he's a champion of the Philippines. So I think that this is an open-ended question. Victim ng fake news or exploiter? That's an open-ended question that I don't think is going to be answered right now or in even the next couple of days. I think this is something that will be answered within a year or two, honestly. So, I think we should definitely revisit this. And please, let's keep this discussion open and let's not forget about these things, the points that Dwaine and I have brought up about this, that all of you have been bringing up about it, right? I think that that's very relevant. Now, pagdating sa Pinoy baiting, mga kakampi, hindi ako madalas nagtuturo ng, siya, Pinoy baiter siya, siya, Pinoy baiter siya. I'm giving principles para kayo mismo ang makikapagsabi kung sino ba talaga ang Pinoy baiter o hindi. Now, isa pang bagay, if you like a creator who is a Pinoy baiter or whatever, at the very least, you can just recognize that that's the truth. But if otherwise, I'm not really trying to give a huge long laundry list of all the different foreign vloggers who are Pinoy baiters. Sinusubukan ko lang na magbigay ng mga bagay, mga tools para maging critical thinkers tayo tungkol sa bagay na ito. Oh, hey, we got, speaking of some foreign vloggers, the Black
Filipino.
Yeah, welcome.
Up,
we actually recently collabed. We collabed. Check out his channel. He interviewed me. If you want to learn some more stuff about my life, he got an exclusive interview with me that was pretty intimate. As well as we made a video where I taught him Tagalog. Well, no, I didn't teach him Tagalog. I gave him a list of phrases, and a lot of them were just like kalukuhan talaga. Like musta natataya ko ikaw, like like just goofy stuff. So he said that it was his punishment, yan ang parusa niya for not for not learning the language sooner. So here's what I think: if you've got a foreign vlogger like the Black Filipino who really cares about real talk, which he has, I've seen on his channel, and really cares about really learning the language and recognizes his own personal mistakes and is able to reflect. Yeah, just a little bit, but I had him saying like mahal mo pa ba ako to people, like it's funny. Just watch out for it. but yeah, so like that's a good example of what foreign vloggers should be. They should be taos puso, and they should be like willing to own up to mistakes, and they should be willing to like adapt. Makibagay, makisama, diba? We're the ones coming here to the Philippines. You don't need to adjust to us so much.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. So let's see here. I think Puting Pinoy deserves also to have many subscribers kasi si Puting Pinoy ginagawa naman niya ang best efforts sa pagsasalita ng Tagalog. Mas mahal niya ang Pilipinos at mga Pilipino. Salamat kay Kampi. That's very sweet of you to say.
Importante yun.
Yeah,
importante yun, no?
Dwaine, you and I talked about this back in 2018. We were talking about Pinoy baiting. We recognized it was a thing. Like right, almost as soon as you and I were like talking and became friends, we were like discussing this thing, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's the first thing we spoke about, wasn't it? Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can't stress the importance of learning to speak Tagalog or a provincial
Bisaya
language
or whatever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a game changer. It's like when you speak English to Filipinos, you speak to their mind. When you speak their language to them, you speak to their heart. Who said that? Nelson Mandela, I think. It's so true. It's so true. Like when you speak English to Filipinos, they'll speak English back to you and whatnot. But as soon as you bust out the Tagalog or Bisaya, they really appreciate it. They love it. And they laugh and they just can't believe it. They just can't believe that you would spend the time to learn their language.
And that's what I think is right. I think that's such an important part of decolonization is that like our language matters. Like, diba? Kasi kung minsan nahihiya yung mga tao kung magaling sila mag-English o hindi naman mahalaga yan sa tingin ko. I mean, sure, it can help you, like makakatulong naman yan for getting jobs outside of the country or whatever. But like, I think it's really important to take pride in, your own language. And I think foreigners learning the language is something that is to be more proud of than a foreigner stepping out and being like, wow, I wasn't expecting to see cats in the Philippines. Wow, I wasn't expecting to see that in the Philippines. This is changing my life.
This changed my life.
Yeah, like, this is so emotional.
Ridiculous Pinoy baiting thumbnails,
Bro, we made that video making fun of it like a month and a half before it became a big deal. Like with M.A. Buendia, saying Pinoy baiting. We didn't even know it was called Pinoy baiting, right?
That's right, yeah. I actually renamed the vlog Pinoy baiting, how they do it, instead of paano nagsisip-sip mga puti sa...
Yeah, ako din. Yeah, exactly. I called it a satire of Pinoy baiting. Yeah. Yeah, foreign vlog invasion. That's our name. It's so meta. That's our fake foreign duo vloggers in the Philippines thing, where kung gusto nyong malaman kung Pinoy baiter yung tao, just watch our like parody of it, and if you notice the same things happening in those vlogs with the things happening in the vlogs of the people you're watching, they're probably a Pinoy baiter. But I think Dwaine and I are probably going to be collaborating on a video soon too, discussing how to recognize those things, to ask using actual questions and discussing it, right? Maybe not discussing specific vloggers, but discussing specific questions para makita, oh, are they Pinoy baiting? You know, are they sincere? That video had me dying. Foreign blog invasion. Yeah, that was so much fun. I remember we were like, wow, will this even get views? We're like, I don't know if this will get views, but we care about the things so damn much. Like, let's just make it, you know, like, you know. So, okay, I guess the very last thing I'd like to do is mga kakampi, ano ba ang mga palagay nyo tungkol sa Nas Daily situation? I've been seeing comments throughout, but what specifically right now, so I can read some of your comments. Ano bang palagay nyo? Ano bang dapat gawin ni Nas Daily? Ano bang sa tingin nyo kulang sa kanyang ginawa? Or ayos sa kanyang ginawa? Let's see here. Isn't there a law like the whole community should sign the contract and not only Whang-Od? I feel like Nas Daily oversaw that. Yeah, so I think that is definitely a thing. That I think he should have realized. Anong palagay mo, Dwaine?
Oh yeah, yeah. Like I said before, I just think it was unethical to have a 100-year-old woman who can't speak English, you know, a tribal woman, sign a corporate contract so that they can make money out of her talent. I think that's just unethical. It's just wrong. You just leave her talent, her culture, the hell alone. You know, just leave her alone. She's doing well for herself. You know, promote her. Cool. Promote that she does, you know, tattoo artistry. She's a 100-year-old woman. Like that's awesome. That's very interesting. But, you know, to then go and have her sign a contract where you can exploit her talent, her sacred tradition, that's just wrong. You shouldn't have done that at all. You know, it's you claim that you're helping her, but if you really just wanted to help her financially, you know, just give her 100% of the earnings, or better yet, give her some of the earnings from the videos you made from her, you know, something like that. I just don't think, someone said it perfectly earlier, actually.
Where is it?
In a comment. I was going to read it, but where is it?
Yeah. Where is it? I don't know if you can highlight it. You might.
Here it was Shaq fan. Integrity
Shaq
is
fan.
valuable.
Okay.
No, that's not it. Hang on. Where was it? Oh yeah, Beta Cross. Pure intentions equates selflessness. What Nas did is business. Period.
What is it? Beta what?
Beta Cross.
Okay.
Pure intentions.
Is it apologize, no
selflessness.
buts and excuses, suck it up?
No, I just read it
before
there.
or after that.
It's
okay. I see it. Okay.
Yeah. There
Pure
it is,
intentions equates selflessness. What Nas did is business. Period.
Yeah.
Well,
it was business. You know, it was money for him. It was money for her. It was like a business partnership.
Could I amend that statement a little bit? Because I think you can have pure intentions and you still want to make money. Like, because we all need to make money. Lahat tayo kinakailangan natin ng pera. That's just the reality. But I think what the issue is pure intentions equates to being fair with people, I would say. And stating that this is business instead of calling it charity. When it's not charity, it's business.
Yeah. Well, that's right. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, that's a better way to put it. Yeah, so I mean, yun lang yung issue ko kay Nas. You know, the thing with Louise, he is a victim of fake news there, I think, because I don't think Louise is telling the truth at all there. It just doesn't make sense. But, you know, on the side of getting Whang-Od to sign an English corporate contract, I think that's where he messed up. And that's what he shouldn't have done at all.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and I think too, Wait. Yeah, exactly. Sagutin niya ng diretso yung mga importanteng tanong. Yung detalye ng contract, dapat alam namin kung wala talaga siyang tinatago. Yeah, I mean, there are things like that. There are elements like that, right? There's also like really weird things. Like, again, why can we only share the video via private message? You know what I mean? Like, I guess I could make a post where I share it. I'm not sure if I can, though. I'm not sure how it'll come up. But the point is that you can't so easily share it. So is he making this kind of specifically for the Philippines? But earlier I was watching a video where he was talking about how Al Jazeera's Jiriza or whatever, the news company in the Middle East, how they would have a different story, a different version of this story that contradicts the story they'd be telling everyone else in the world. So they'd have an American version of the story and their own version of the story, and they would contradict each other. So like he was criticizing that. Isn't he kind of doing the same thing in a way by not allowing everyone to see this? Or does he just want to, do you know what I mean? Like, it kind of feels like he's trying to compartmentalize a little bit here.
Yeah. Because I think so. I guess from his side, he's thinking it doesn't apply to the rest of the world, just the Philippines. But at the same time, that is kind of trying to hide exactly what's going on from everyone else. Yeah. I think you got a point there. All he has to do is just apologize that he tried to do business with Whang-Od, because it's just not right. You know, like if you watch that video of her signing the contract, it does make you just feel like, oh, this is wrong. Yeah, a 100-year-old tribal woman signing this English corporate contract so that they can capitalize off her talents. That just feels really wrong, you know. Like, oh wow, Mauro V Sipin. Wow, he sent you $100, dude. Grabe. Wow.
Take it for a moment, Dwaine. Shit.
Sobrang emotional si Puting Pinoy. Thank you so much, Mauro V Sipin. Wow. From Los Angeles, California. Grabe, $100. Umiyak si Jared. Umiyak si Jared. Umalis siya. Ay, grabe. Nako. Mauro V Sipin, you are Jared. I think you just made his day. Matagal kong kilala si Jared sa mga live niya. Walang nag-send ng ganyan kalaki sa kanya ever. Ikaw ang pinakauna.
Damn.
So, maraming salamat, Mauro.
Maraming salamat, kakampi. Holy crap.
Grabe. Well, that was unexpected.
That was very much unexpected. Like,
Jerry Singh says, wow, sana all.
yeah, sana all nga. But man, I'm really, really grateful for that. That's the biggest donation I've ever received. And that's a big deal. I mean, hindi nyo siguro alam, but I really don't make a ton of money from this. And that's, man, I really, really appreciate that big time.
Yeah.
Damn.
Hell yeah, man. Wow.
Damn.
Wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, not at all. When I saw that, I was like, what the? Yeah, I got teary-eyed at that. That's damn.
Umiyak si Puting Pinoy.
Yeah. That's that I appreciate that so much. Mga kakampi, you know, that is huge. And if you guys watch my videos and like this type of content, please like and subscribe, because that also is a huge help. The people who are always watching, that's a huge, huge help. I appreciate it. It's not easy, like just doing videos like this with real talk. Kasi napansin ko, mas uso pa yung fake pranks ng boyfriend and girlfriend. Alam nyo naman kung sinong tinutukoy ko. But it's just like, you know, it's like there's the educational vlogs and discussions really aren't as profitable or valued by the YouTube algorithm or by viewers. So I really appreciate that. Yeah, thank you so much. Wow,
he commented again. Moro commented again. He
oh
said,
yeah.
"Salamat po sa lahat.
Let's find.
Bala ko mag-donate nun pa."
Wow, thank you so much.
Galing.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll use this moment to actually plug to, if kung gusto nyo maging regular like channel member or something, you can hit the join button. And there are options on that. Or if you're interested, I do have a Patreon as well. I might set up a buy me coffee or something. But I really appreciate it, because kahit alam mo, this is how I know the difference between Pinoy baiters and like, this is something I know about Nas Daily. When I compare this to myself, I have been so ashamed or so scared to ask people to compensate me for what I do. You know, like, I feel like, do I have a right to even do that? Whereas there's other people who they don't think that there's any problem with it at all. And there really isn't a problem with it at all, right? Everybody needs to eat. Everybody needs to make money. But the fact is that I actually am like, man, is this the ethical thing? Man, is this the right thing to do? Whereas there's other people, right, who they're just gung-ho to get whatever sponsorship they can after making a ton of videos about the Philippines, and they don't even care about the Philippines, you know?
Yeah.
Like, they're just benefiting from some stuff, you know?
Yeah,
but,
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was awesome. And I appreciate all of you guys watching right now. That's just a big blessing to me. Let's try and go back to Nas. To be honest, I don't understand why this is a problem. It's not like anyone can just learn how to anyone can just learn how to start learning Whang-Od's tattoo making. I do know that what Nas Daily did is disgusting, but still. Well, yeah, I was thinking too, like, it's not going to be authentic Kalinga tradition anymore, right? If like people are doing it outside of the tribe. But then, Ganon din, I kind of feel like the experience is still the important thing, right? You cannot take away that priceless experience of getting tattooed by a legend. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right. Exactly, man.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, the Cafe ID's Arigachu said it well. All of us want to earn money for a living, pero kailangan yung dignidad huwag mawawala.
Yes, exactly. And that's something I'm thinking about every second. I mean, there's been times where there's been videos that I've been like, and Dwaine knows, he's behind the scenes with me, like, where times I'll be like, oh, maybe I'll do what the fuck? Whoa. Gosh dang
Moro,
it, man.
back again.
Moro, what the?
$20.
Thank you, brother. Man, you said you're in California? Dang, man, I appreciate it. California is an expensive place to live, so you paying me that kind of money, I appreciate that so much. I know that is not that's not pocket change, mga kakampi, at all. So thank you so much. Great. Yeah, but what were we saying? What were we saying again? Like with the I would like be thinking, what is the right thing? What is the wrong thing? Like I'm thinking about that all the time, you know? And I'm getting stressed. I mean, I shared this in the last vlog, but naalala mo, Dwaine, like I shared that video, and I feel okay talking about this because you know, he himself admitted it. He himself we became friends, right? With Finding Tom. It was 2018 when I sent you that video and said, wait, he's saying that Filipinos are the best people in the world. They're the least judgmental people in the world. We were both kind of like, is he being sincere, or, you know what I mean?
Yeah. He didn't. Yeah, I don't know.
It's
He
like,
didn't-
is there a qualification that he even has? What's his qualification for saying that? Like, is it just
Yeah.
because of what he's experiencing as a foreigner, which is a completely different thing, like you were saying earlier, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's just it's hard to really understand someone if you don't speak their native language. That's for sure.
Right.
Um,
And it's
like-
just like all the
You
viewers
wouldn't get
and
to
all
know
the
me
subscribers.
if I only spoke Tagalog to you. You know, that's my second language. Or if I spoke Bisaya to you, you wouldn't really understand who I am unless you know me in English. You know, yeah, because language is everything, man. It's the way you communicate. It's the way it's the language you've been speaking since your birth. Like, yeah, language shapes who people are, really.
Yeah. It's the buwan ng mga wika ng Pilipinas ngayon, mga kakampi. We're going to be making some videos about that very soon. Damn, Nas really don't make up his mistakes. Yeah, that was an issue. What Nas did just cheapens the culture of the But tribe. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just be careful, baka pag nakakatanggap ka na ng big money, magiging isang Nas ka rin. That's true, Kakampi. It's important to always keep your your head. That's one of the things that I love about Dwaine, mga Kakampi. Like when I started, I had a video, like this was right before Puting Pinoy even started. I sent I reached out to him, and then he was like, "Hey, yeah, one of the what the Dwaine." Sana all, my man. Oh, thank you, Dwaine. Oh man, this is so sweet. Now it's going to look like he paid me to say this stuff. But no, seriously, this isn't a sponsored comment by Dwaine. This is real stuff. Like, I reached out to him when I made the video where I was talking about the racism of a white woman in the U.S. against a Filipina and her Mexican-American husband. Well, she's Filipino-American as well. I made that video and I messaged Dwaine. I was like, "Hey, I don't know if you've seen this." And he's like, "Yeah, one of the actresses on set actually showed it to me." I was like, "What? That's crazy." And he gave me so much guidance from the beginning. Not all of it worked 100%, but that's kind of just, you live and you grow and things are different experiences. But like Dwaine's been very, very real. He's been very honest. And even after he's hit 100, after he's hit, when I first knew him, it was about 140,000 subscribers, I think. And then even when he got to 1 million, he wasn't too shy to, he wasn't like, mataas ang tingin niya sa sarili niya, like para kausapin ako. So I really thank Dwaine. We both come from a similar background, a Mormon background. We both have the same middle name of Ammon. We butt heads sometimes on those topics, but still, regardless, like we're both, I think, real people, and it's nice to see that somebody who has over 1 million subscribers is so kind to people and so uplifting to others.
Wow.
So
Bigat na yung ulo ko. Grabe. Bigat.
Hey, I just got to spread the love. I've been getting a lot of love right here. And even if I wasn't getting love, then I definitely still say that because it's true. First time.
Man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, definitely. First time Isaw a guest.
I saw a guest plug us in dollars, yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw a guest. Yeah, there we go. I was reading that in Tagalog for some reason. I think once you grow bigger, you will have more commitment, not only to your goal, to other people. That's why people have difficulty being grounded. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dwanta fam here. Here we go. We got Dwanta fam in here. Nice.
Cool.
Salamat.
Mike Bacalzo. Hello.
Yeah.
Salamat sa
Nice
good vibes
stuff.
na content. Salamat po, Mike.
Yeah. That's so nice. You love white girls. Well, I'm sure there's a white girl who probably loves you or will love you. Nagutom tuloy kaming lahat. Oh yeah.
Dahil sa isaw.
Yeah, yeah, sa isaw. Mabuti naman may ano ako sa baba, may anong tawag nun? Where they're cooking it, the ihawan, yeah.
Ihawan.
Yeah, nice. Lugaw is essential, but humility and integrity are more essential. Tama, I agree. Yeah. Isaw po, not isaw. Nice. Nice typo. It was a good typo. Well, yun mga kakampi, maraming salamat sa panonood. At kung gusto nyong makita ang isa pang video kasama si Dwaine Fam, sampalin ninyo ang like, sampalin ninyo ang kampana. Go to his channel, go to Dwaine's channel, and take care of him. Si Dwaine, kung hindi nyo kilala, may asawa siyang Pinay. May anak sila na nakita nyo kanina, si Nitro. And
yes.
Yeah. What more do you have to say, Dwaine?
Ano lang. So I guess in closing, what was the topic of the video? Victim or exploiter, si Nas Daily. He's a victim of fake news for sure. On the part na in-exploit niya ang mga tao, well, I guess that depends on the person and what they define exploitation as, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if you just believe everything Nas says, of course he's going to say he's not exploiting anyone. But when you look at what he's doing, I guess you just have to make that decision for yourself. I think for the most part, he seems like a nice guy, and he seems like he does have pure intentions. I just think he needs to apologize for getting a 100-year-old woman to sign a contract allowing him to monetize her traditions.
Yeah, and I definitely feel like however you spin it, there is exploitation happening there unless he's giving like 80 or 90% to her, like 80% or more. What? Jerry!
Boom!
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Jerry.
Jerry sings at 250 pesos.
Wow.
Dang,
man. I should have Dwaine on the live stream more often. It's like, I think that's the luck. That's the good luck charm there. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. So what you were saying though, I think that is definitely an issue of exploitation, and that's why I bring up about him creating the businesses here, dito sa Pilipinas. If he is going to make these businesses, he better be making these businesses with the mindset that
he will get 300 pesos from KD Experience.
Oh dang! Sana all dagdag sa pakulay. Oh,
pakulay. Nice to meet you. I'm the wife of Black Filipino. Look at that.
Okay, that's right. Yes, that's right. KD Experience, that's right. Mga kakampi, tingnan nyo rin yung channel niya. She's actually going to be teaching Tagalog to like foreigners and stuff as well. So good stuff. Dwaine makes it rain. Nice. Man, this is love. This is only love I'm feeling right now. I can't remember if I finished what my point was. Oh yeah, that's why we shouldn't forget this moment. That's why we shouldn't forget our discussion about the Filipino business that he's going to make. Mga kakampi, I'm sorry, but if you're not making, like, if this is a foreign company you're working for, diba, sinabi ni Nas Daily na dapat magalit ang mga Filipino. This is one place you can get angry, I promise, is if you're not making at least minimum wage of the US when it comes to, which it differs depending on the state, but let's just take one of the lowest minimum wage states. That's going to be like $7. No, it's going to be more like $8 or $9. So that's going to be between 400 to 500 pesos an hour is minimum wage in the US. So if you're not getting at least that or almost close to that, then there's an issue. Yeah. And we shouldn't let people forget about that.
Definitely.
Where are you in Australia, Dwaine? Got plenty of relatives in New South Wales.
Yeah, I'm in Queensland, Brisbane, Queensland. So, yeah, just the state above New South Wales. Medyo malayo sa Sydney, about 10 hours from Sydney.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, pero mahirap mag-travel interstate ngayon dahil sa COVID. We just got out of lockdown kahapon. So, it's like nagsisimula na dito sa Australia yung
Ano bang
pagkalat ng
variant
COVID.
doon? May Delta ba doon?
Delta.
Or
yeah,
Gen?
Delta.
Oh, that's the worst one, isn't it?
Yep, that's the worst one. Nakakainis, no?
Oh. I wish this thing could just end, man. I wish this pandemic could just end. Everybody's losing their minds. Like,
yeah.
You know? Right. So iba pala ang minimum wages sa iba't ibang states ng ng US. Yes, that is true. Like in Virginia where I lived, and that's because of cost of living in different places. Mayroon kaya ganoon dito sa Pilipinas, iba't ibang dako ng Pilipinas may iba't ibang minimum wage? Masasagot nyo ba mga kikampi? And ganoon din, if not, I think that definitely should be something, let's bring that up to Batas Natin. Let's bring that up to Attorney Libayan and ask him about, because I think that that's something that definitely should be happening. If you're in Manila making 200 pesos an hour, no way you're going to be able to live, even 300 pesos an hour. Like, that's rough. Ito, per burger. Yeah, per burger si Kakampi yun. There is Manila rate and provincial rate. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
okay.
For sure.
As a foreigner kayong dalawa, ano kayang madalas na dahilan nyo para umalis sa bansa nyo at tumira sa ibang lugar? Salamat mga Kakampi. Do you mean for us personally, or do you mean like what our views are of what other people say? Oh, Kikamping Gerardo, maraming salamat din.
Gerardo.
Salamat, cuz.
Magsaysay.
Yeah, let's see here. Let's see. So in Manila, rate is 537, then provincial. Wait, that's 537? Is what it is in Manila?
Is that per day? I think it's a day rate, right?
Oh, that's a day rate. No, I'm talking about per hour, mga kikampi. Dapat per hour. Dapat per
Mauro
hour.
strikes again.
Wow, again. Mauro strikes back. Yes, there is different wages in every region. Oh, salamat kikampi. I feel like you're really you're really, whenever there's a really good point made, it's like you really want that to be like discussed. So mga kakampi, pay attention to those. He's putting money down because he really cares about this stuff. Yeah.
True.
Mas mababa sa probinsya.
Yeah, in the province it's 357 a day.
Yeah, which is just crazy.
But, people don't make that in the province. Some people get paid less than that. In the province.
Yeah. So I was talking with some people who are very familiar with Nas Daily and everything. And anyway, no, actually I won't go it that way. But anyway, I've asked people sometimes, ano ba yung sahod nila? Sometimes they don't say. I mean, sometimes they're under the impression that it's confidential. I think I don't know if this is 100% true, pero may napanood akong video kay Adam Ruins Everything where he said that's false. Like, people should be able to discuss their salaries because it's what prevents exploitation.
That's right. Yeah, I know.
So that's a scare tactic, whole life, I think.
Hindi ko naintindihan yung ganun na dapat wag mong sabihin kung magkano yung wage mo. Hindi ko naintindihan yun. Like, bakit? Is it nakakahiya ba? Makakahiya ba magsabi? Or is it
They don't
nakakahiya
want
ba
people to
magsabi
know.
dahil sobrang mababa or sobrang mataas? Baka mangungutang sila sa'yo, gano'n.
Yeah,
Papautang
exactly.
sila
No,
sa'yo.
it's
Di ba?
it's real. I think it's real. Yeah, kasi like gusto nila like sasabihin nila, "Oh, dapat ako din, dapat like tingnan niyo yung trabaho, yung pagtatrabaho ko, yung kasipagan ko, like dapat ganyan din ako." You know?
Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
think
no,
that
it's-
should
it-
be happening. That should be.
Yeah, I wish that would change. I wish that would change and people would just say, yeah, I earn this much. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Because, like, honestly, stuff like that is very, very relevant to things like Nas Daily. Like, if he's claiming to be the champion of the Philippines and all that, yeah, that's very real.
Yeah, exactly.
Reason why factories are usually nasa remote areas while warehouses are situated somewhere in the middle, like Bulacan or Laguna area. That's right. Laguna has a ton of factories, don't they? Santo Rosario. Buti na lang nagising ko inabutan yung live. Medyo matagal ang usapan yung matagal nang usapin yung minimum wage dito sa Manila o sa province. Madali kasing corrupt kaya hindi nasusunod ng 100%. Wow. Hey, Pinoy ka, appear. Psh. Let's see here. Yeah, I think. Well, okay. So this is a true point. If going U.S. rates, baka wala nang mag-outsource sa jobs sa Manila. I think that's relevant to the discussion for sure. But at the same time, if they're paying, I mean, it's not even half. It's like a percentage of the amount that they're paying. Could they at least do? Okay, so it's not. So let's just say, let's go back to the U.S. Let's say $8 an hour, 400 pesos an hour. Can we at least do 300 pesos an hour? Right? Like you should be able to, diba?
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely, man. Like, I guess the cost of living is cheaper in the Philippines, but still, you can't on minimum wage in the Philippines. You can't live a life like you can on minimum wage in the US or minimum wage in Australia, right? Diba? Like it should be like everyone should at least have $7.99.
Yeah, exactly. Agreed. And I remember too, right, Dwaine, Dwaine in the house again. That's another thing too. Like I remember, Dwaine, people actually were calling you out before. Remember that post you made about hiring editors? But I stood up to say, no, that actually is a fair rate. But I'm glad that people were actually concerned about that. I hope that they're as concerned about Nas Daily, when it comes to wages. Because what yours was, it was like 2,000 pesos per vlog. Tama ba ako, Dwaine? Like what you were working with
2,000 2,000 pesos per vlog.
And if you're looking at people watching the vlogs in the Philippines, you're maybe getting like $1 to like actually 60 cents to $1.50 maybe USD like per 1,000 views. So if you're averaging like 100,000 views, that's like $100, $40. So they're getting like 40% almost. They're getting between 20 to 40%, which is a really good deal. That's really, really good. So Los Angeles County. Hi, Nitro.
Say hi. Hi.
May tikpalang ka sa likod mo.
Yeah, hi.
Hi. Appear tayo. Whoopsh. Whoopsh.
High five.
Whoopsh. Come on, Nitro. Yeah, there we go. That's a version of it. LA County just raised minimum to $15 per hour. That's good. I mean, it should be. I mean, sa LA, mahal talagang cost of living doon.
Where's your kamay? There's your kamay. There's your kamay. Yes.
That's awesome. So Dwaine, we got actually a couple things to talk about off camera. I think we're going to go ahead and get because my mga videos na gusto kong gawin natin sana within the next week or so, if that's cool. So discuss some of that. But mga kakampi, yes, super cute ni Nitro. If you guys want more cuteness overload, wait, it's backwards. Wait.
Yeah, it's backwards. Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, so kung gusto nyo ng mas cuteness overload, yan, tingnan nyo si Nitro doon sa channel nila. And ulit, kay Mauro, maraming salamat talaga. Like, naiyak talaga ako sa first and every donation you've given, and then everybody else na sumasuporta. That's such a huge deal to me. Like, you guys don't even know how big of a deal that is to me. Dwaine knows. Dwaine knows. But maraming salamat mga kakampi. Let's go ahead. Mag super sticker ka rin, Nitro. Collab again and alert us when you're going to do live stream. Sige mga kakampi. I usually put it in advance. Live for more. Yeah, definitely. And kung minsan, let's go ahead and get the Black Filipino on here too sometime, mga kakampi. It'll be, don't leave yet. Okay. I shouldn't leave yet. Bakit? Ano ba ang mangyayari? Let's see here. I remembered si Nitro ang nagpalaki ng mga followers ng daddy. Ganon ba? Yeah, see Nitro. Do you owe it all to Nitro, Dwaine?
Yeah, well, we were at 800,000 when Nitro was born, and then 2 months later it was 1 million. So
wow, yeah.
He got us 100K subscribers in a month.
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Ooh. I don't know if we're supposed to continue to stay. Mag-collab ulit kayo. Oh, salamat kakampi. Actually, mga kakampi, Dwaine, we should make a playlist of all of our collabs together so people can
we should,
just watch all our different collabs.
Blog Invasion playlist.
Yeah, and even our what are some of the others? We've done English only pranks, we've done the caroling, right? We've done a few, haven't we?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
We've done some day vlogs. Yeah. Oh wow, what a beautiful home you have there, Dwaine. And
I know we also do magic tricks, man.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah. Oh, salamat kakampi. Okay, yes, make a playlist. All right, we'll be doing that. Thank you so much, kakamping K. Well, mga kakampi, I think wait, sana Dwaine gawa ka ng channel ni Nitro at Paola. Palola.
That's his great grandma.
Yeah. That's funny. Just be sure you don't use the thumb mark thing, the thumb mark contract with your Lola. Make sure you give her 100%. You know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh. Your Lola is really entertaining though, for real.
She is, yeah. She's a good grandma. She's a great grandma.
Oh, Tikbalang and Lapu-Lapu. Do you want to go ahead and plug your board game real quick, Dwaine?
Oh, yeah. Yep, so that there is the board game I'm in the process of finishing, which is called Encanto. Ano siya? A board game about Filipino mythology. It's similar to Dungeons & Dragons, games like Hero Quest or any role-playing board game is very similar to that. Yeah, so it's like an adventure you go on through pre-colonial Philippines, and you play as Filipino bayanis, and you fight off and go.
Do you have?
Yes, that's right.
Do you have like babaylans? Do you have babaylans in there?
Yes, yep. We have the shamans, Filipino shamans. Yeah, it's got heaps of old Filipino lore in it. Hey,
I bought a copy. By the way, I bought a copy.
Yes, you did.
It. Black Filipino, Jay, come over to the house when I get that. When do you think that'll ship out?
Yes, play it. November's the goal. November.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
November. Yeah. So it'll be like a little Christmas gift. Oh, by the way, mga kakampi, I want to show you also how supportive Dwaine has been. That ring light is from Dwaine. That ring light right there, that's from Dwaine. So he's definitely been supporting supporting the channel as well behind the scenes. So I really appreciate that. Let's see here.
Tabletop. Yes, it is a tabletop game.
Yep. Good stuff.
Yep.
All right. Such a cute baby. Well-behaved. Sanay na kaagad sa pag-vlogging. Yeah. Do you think, hey, Dwaine, quick question. Sa tingin mo, like, papayag ka ba? Like, ano ba ang edad na papayag ka na gumawa ng vlog si Nitro?
Anong edad na, payag na ako mag-vlog siya?
Yeah. Kung gusto niya.
Yeah, well, if he wants to do it, I'll let him do it. But I'd have to watch all these videos to make sure that he's not, giving away our address or anything like that.
Right, yeah.
Like, my name is Nitro Willie. I live at blah, 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 blah. And then, we'll get some people rock up at our house. Maybe
do you guys want to come over to... Yeah, they'll be like, do you guys want to come over to my house and see my tatay? My nanay? Yay! Oh, no. That was a joke, Nitro. That was a joke. You talk way cooler than that.
Oh, he's waving to you. Hi.
Oh, there we go.
Hi.
Gusto niya talagang mag-vlog, no?
Hi. Hindi ko alam. Whenever the camera's on him, he's always like, he copies us because he sees us like if we're vlogging, we talk to the camera, and then he always wants to talk to it as well. It's like da. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, the baby is ready to party. The baby is ready to party. Black Filipino says. Okay naman, kahit ngayon, don't need to open the comment section muna. Okay, mga kakampi. Well, I think we'll go ahead and off the live. So yeah, ulitin ko. Maraming salamat kay Kikamping Mauro. This was amazing. I need to bring that up real quick again, just one more time. And to everyone who has donated, thank you so much. Here we go. Kay Jerry, Kay Kay, Kay Gerardo, Magsaysay, Kay Dwaine. Let's see here. Where is this? Oh, I can't go back that far in the comments. But anyway, thank you sa inyong lahat na nagsuporta. And like I said, huwag kalimutan na sampalin ng like at sampalin ng kampana. Leave comments. I want noise happening in the comments section pag na-publish na yung video na ito, mga kakampi. Let's do it. Nas is fake news purveyor, not a victim. He got a reaction from an accomplished and articulate Pinoy seaman. Yeah, I actually saw that video. It's awesome. It's a great video. And so go back to the beginning, watch it kung hindi nyo pinanood yung buong vlog na ito. Medyo naging kwentuhan tayo for the last 20 minutes, but I love it. I'm glad that you guys are here and nakakapag-bonding naman tayo. So hanggang sa susunod, mga kakampi, appear tayo.
Say bye.
Bye.